Howdy, it's Jim Arado, and this is May 2022, and we're going by Scheels store in Springfield, Illinois. This is a little bit outside of the historic stuff you might want to see. It's maybe a 5-10 minute drive for most of that stuff. But this is a cool little store, and I wanted to put up a quick video about it. And by the way, we actually stayed at Springfield Suites, right beside it, walking distance, while we were on this trip. And that was a really nice combo, really nice clean hotel, and I'll put up a separate video about them. But it was right next to Scheels, and man, we liked this place. I wasn't familiar with it. Apparently it's kind of maybe more of a regional chain, and it's just a nice store. I don't want to, well, lots of sporty stuff, lots of outdoor kind of stuff, and kind of an attraction on its own. I love these fish tanks. I used to raise fish, and this is a massive saltwater tank. I've seen this design, like at restaurants. I know a couple in Nashville have this sort of a setup where you can actually look up into the fish tank, and I think that is just really, really cool. They've got a Ferris wheel here too, and check that out. The first night we were here, it was not operational, but we came back the second night and we did take a few spins on it, and it was really cool. I think it's $1 or $2 to do it. Yeah, it was $1 or $2 to ride the Ferris wheel. It goes around 4 times. If you get a Springfield coupon book, they have coupons for free rides in it, just for what that's worth. But they've also got talking presidents here.
But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored...
Yeah, and there was the most legendary resident of Springfield, Abraham Lincoln, and I thought that was pretty cool. And some of the other presidents also do some talking. They've got lots of taxidermy here. Again, lots of camping gear, lots of sports stuff. My wife found some socks here. We bought some socks that she liked a lot, and we ended up going back again another night to buy some more of those socks, because it's hard to find good socks. They've got one of these, I don't know what you call it, a taxidermy mountain. I've seen these at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's and some of the other places. And I think these are pretty cool. If my dad were still around, he would absolutely lose it at a place like this. This is just really cool. It's 2 stories. Like I said, they've got that Ferris wheel, and it's it goes around 4 times, and it does get you a little nervous. They don't allow video if you're riding it. I don't think they want you to hold anything in your hand that might drop, which is probably a good idea. But yeah, just a lot going on at this store. It's a bit overwhelming.
Value too much the lives of citizens to offer them to probable destruction. Your numbers will be sufficient to secure you against the unauthorized opposition of individuals or of small parties. But if a superior force, authorized or not authorized by a nation, should be arrayed against your further passage and inflexibly determined to arrest it, you must decline its...
And more talking presidents. There's a photo op with a bear. That's kind of cool. And yeah, they've got the little talking figures of presidents throughout Scheels, which is pretty neat. Some of the likenesses and some of the presidents, some are more popular than others, but mostly, well, yeah, there we go. Most of them are fairly, yeah. And there's Teddy. Teddy's very appropriate to have at a place like this. Not sure if the likeness is the best, but I'm glad to see him there, standing by the Ferris wheel. And again, they've got escalators, and I was impressed over. We kind of swung by it there a moment ago to the right. If you're a baseball fan, they had about the coolest selection of baseball jerseys I've seen anywhere, and I think they could kind of do the custom thing for you too. I'm sure you'll pay for it, but I like that, and I used to be a jersey person. I've still got a few, but yeah, but I thought it was pretty cool they were selling those. And more presidential statues outside, by the way. Oh yeah, they have a bowling alley, a little couple of lanes there. They got a bowling alley in their store. They had kind of an arcade area. They had kind of a separate candy shop. This, yeah, it was definitely the kind of place where you could go and hang out and have a good time. They had these cool statues outside too of, people, having nice outdoor adventures. And these statues were kind of big and just impressive on their own. Oh, yeah, check that out. Anyway, yeah, and they're big into just sporty stuff, of course. I know one morning we left our hotel and we drove over by here. It was very early in the morning, and I saw a couple of ladies doing rollerblades. Oh, another nice Lincoln statue, by the way. But yeah, there were a couple of ladies doing rollerblades, and man, they were booking. I mean, like, they almost passed my car. I was kind of keeping an eye on them, just because they're pedestrians and I'm in a car. But then I looked over, and there was like a group. I guess there's a group that rollerblades there some mornings. And I thought that was pretty cool. But this is just one heck of a store. I would love to see these branch out a bit more. I'd love to have one in my area. I like what they're doing, and I like what they've got going on here. And next time I'm in Springfield, I'm definitely going to stop here again.